Hi there, this is Dawn with Dawn's Creative Chalet. Thanks for joining me again today. On the card that I'm posting today, I'm using a tag that has this really cool plaid background. And I thought that I would show you how I made that background. It is really easy to do. All you need to make sure that you need to have laying around is a brayer. You can do this with a square piece of background paper if you prefer. I just wanted to do something different and I wanted to cut out some tags, so I did that ahead of time. So let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, I used the swallowtail stamp. I love this guy. He's awesome. Alright, first of all, you need to get some inks together. I have 6 total here. If you don't want to use up to 6, that's cool. It's not a problem. I'm using today the Daffodil Delight, the Pumpkin Pie, the Real Red, Tempting Turquoise, and Lucky Limeade. And we'll see how it goes as far as coordinating the rich raspberry in there as well. I find that when I do add the darker color to it, it makes it a little darker, obviously. So it just depends on the look that you want or the color scheme. I think that this would be a cute background for a Father's Day card, as far as maybe some blues or browns, some manly tones. Okay, first of all, what you're going to want to do, just like when you do other types of stamping, you're going to want to use light to dark. The other thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that you have something handy to clean your brayer with between each color, because that's really important. You don't want to mud up your ink pads. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and depending on the width that you want on your tag, just take that brayer, make sure it's inked up really well. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I tell myself that all the time. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and roll across. And I'll go over it again, because obviously, as you can see here, it didn't get a real good coverage. And I will work both directions. You can see already where I'm going with this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clean my brayer. And we'll go ahead and start with the pumpkin pie next. And once again, depending on the width of the color, applying to your roller, your brayer, excuse me. Now what's cool about this background is that it doesn't have to be obviously perfect. And once you stamp something on top of it, you're going to not even notice any of those funky imperfections that you might be seeing along the way. And you continue making your plaid. Let's see, we'll go along the top here. All right. And again, the next color, which will be Real Red. This time I'm going to, well, try to make it a little skinnier than the last guy. And as you can see, it's starting to look like a little plaid shirt. pretty cool stuff. It's fun. It's addicting, really. The other day I was making a whole bunch of these little tags to use as backgrounds on cards. And it's fun to experiment with different colors because you can really get a different look depending on what you're using. Alrighty, the next color, Lucky Limeade. Just one more color, I think. Let's go ahead and use some Tempting Turquoise. Okay, so basically that is your plaid background. As easy as that. And then what I like to do when I'm stamping an image on top of it, I like to use my Stays On black ink pad. It's my go-to black ink pad. I love the Stays On ink pad. Not to mention the fact that it smells yummy. Very yummy. Let's see, where did my stamp go here? Another little tip, if you haven't used a biggie stamp before, I always suggest that you ink it by the rubber side up and inking to the stamp. Just makes it a lot easier and you can see exactly where you're applying your ink. I love the swallowtail butterfly. It has so much detail in it. It's gorgeous. And there you go. And there you have your plaid background, which is very pretty. I get so excited to see how they turn out because each one of them is going to be different, even if you use the same colors. Okay, so let's go ahead and assemble the card real quick. I ran this through the honeycomb embossing folder with the Big Shot. Love it. And once again, apply this with a few Stampin' Dimensionals. And oh goodness, I forgot to stamp my sentiment on it. Oopsie! So we're just going to fudge that. Let's see how this turns out. I always recommend before you put your tag on your card to stamp it completely first with what you want. I'm going to use the sentiment from the My Paper Pumpkin. Love, love, love this. I like the hi there, friend. Okay, well, it sort of came out okay. And then the little ink spot is always very cool as well. So you can add that. Give it a little extra oompa oompa. And there you have the plaid background. Thanks so much for stamping with me today. For some more awesome creative ideas, make sure to visit my blog at dawnscreativechalet.com. And I also have an app for your mobile devices. It's found in both iTunes and Google Play, so make sure to download it looking up Dawn's Creative Chalet. Thank you so much. Stamp with you soon. Bye-bye.